And have you been on the receiving end of people trying to cancel you?
No, I haven't. So I think one of the reasons I haven't received so much pushback or backlash or anyone has tried to cancel me or anything like that, to be very honest and direct, I think because I am a Black woman, I get to say certain things that many people might not be able to, because
That
we
was
are
actually a
really,
question for me, was about how does being a Black
really
woman play into people's
right.
responses to your outspokenness against woke
Mm-hmm.
mobs? That
Yes,
was a question I
exactly.
had for you.
And it's a very good and important question. And you know what? It's one that I'm sure some people wouldn't even ask, because if I'm just going to be very direct, we have an
Be
obsession with
direct,
identity.
Africa. I don't
Yeah,
want you to
of
not be
course.
direct.
Of
You are you. I
course.
love that about you.
That would go against
Oh my
everything I
God, I don't
said.
expect you to be anything but direct. And so am I. So
Good,
yes.
good. We're together on this one,
Yes, we
okay?
are.
So I think because of our obsession with identity, where we have these bizarre identity hierarchies, we think because you have a certain skin color, maybe you have a certain disability, or you have a certain disadvantage, or you're just called a marginalized person because of whatever has happened in your life. We have this thing, and I bought into this for a short time, that just because I'm a Black woman, what I'm saying cannot be questioned. Just because I'm a Black woman, that means I'm right by default, right? Just because I'm a Black woman, you, Amanda, as a white woman, can't say, actually, Africa, I don't agree with that, right? So I think because a lot of people are afraid and we're kind of treading on eggshells around each other and enabling each other at the same time, because we're looking at identity first instead of the content of what someone is actually saying.
But that was the climate of the culture and is still
Yes.
somewhat today, where identity is still the predominant leading factor around
Mm,
who can say what. And the truth is that
yes.
for generations, marginalized people have not
Mm-hmm.
had the platform, have not had the space. And so
Agreed.
to speak to the fact that it was a necessary adjustment that needed
Mm-hmm.
to happen. And yet there are people who have used that necessary shift for their own,
Yes.
malintentioned objectives. That's
Yeah.
understanding human nature as well. That is
Yeah.
inevitable. That will happen at some point, and it has happened.
Yeah. And I think it happened in a way where people weren't really able to point out what feels wrong. I think for a lot of people, even the thousands of people I've spoken to, everyone could feel like, okay, we're starting to think about people's identities. It is a very good thing that we're taking an intersectional approach to conversations. But then at some point, things just started to feel like they were not quite right. People started to notice, okay, why are we using public shaming, for example, as a tool for change instead of trying to bring people together and have conversations that will actually move us forward?